Hello, everyone. This is Andres Pop Culture Guide. Today is the latest Andres Pop Culture slash Retrospective slash review. Today is on the 10th anniversary on the 22 Jump Street, sequel to 21 Jump Street, the 2012 film written by Phil Lord and Chris Miller, starring Jonah Hill and Jonah Hill and Ice Cube. Now, 21 Jump Street is a sequel to 21 Jump Street, as I mentioned, the hit film in 2012, and the sequel is a prime example of what to do with a sequel to a major hit film. It's a buddy cop film about a buddy cop moves that seems determined to go their Good Rights modern classic cop first. It's also a sequel about sequels, and it's often discussing the cynical appeal of sequels. It's very aware of itself of a movie or a movie sequel to a famous or hit film. This seems as good as a place in to note that 22 Jump Street is the latest film by the directors I mentioned, Phil Lord and Chris Miller. The authors behind the range of self-aware blockbusters like Clyde with a Chance of Meatballs and the Lego Movie, and of course the Spider-Verse films. 21 Jump Street was so successful, and I think all these purposes, Lord and Miller are masters of eating their cake and having it too in all their work. But the Lego Movie specifically, you get the sense that they're thought long and hard about the senses of the thing they're expressing and what exactly their viewers thirst for, what sort of entertainment says about them personally, as well as culture that involves us every year. Could 22 Jump Street to be the godfather to a romance action comedy sequels? Yes, I think so. 22 Jump Street is an outrageous and very immature follow-up to 21, providing that the next in the franchise series doesn't need to be awesome. This is excuse me. This it does by breaking out the gags, the stunts, and the particularly self-aware riffs, uh, like there's absolutely no tomorrow. Phil Lord and Chris Miller from the Lego movies and Spider-Verse movies direct and the screenplay by Michael Bacall and of course Jonah Hill as well in the story. Furthermore, as much as 21 Jump Street managed to simultaneously tip its hat and thumb its nose as its 1984 Netflix source material. So, 22 Jump Street wears its sequence honestly, seamlessly, from the opening previously on recapping, including a raw Annie Hall homage not seen in the original film, to its inspiring closely montage of concepts for future Jump Street sequels, which was hilarious for me. My favorite is definitely the foreign exchange student one, the ninja school, and the colony school segments of Jump Street sequels. A movie this self-aware might easily draw in its own erotic detachment, but as they did so drift seamlessly in both 21 Jump Street and the Spider-Verse and Lego movies I mentioned, Lord and Miller balanced their smarty pants mannequin with go for broke pratfalls and certain fundamental sincerity that keeps the characters relatable without ever veering into straight-faced emotionalness. When it seems that the movie might along comes a good old-fashioned crotch-grabbing gag to lighten the air. Perhaps owing to their background in animation, as I mentioned, they did the Lego movies, the Spider-Verse, and the Kanye Chance Equals. Lord and Miller also know how to sell jokes visually better than most contemporary comedy directors of today, which I agree. 21 Jump Street is a delightful throwaway visual gas from the Diploma X split screens to a car chase between Hummer and a helmet-shaped golf cart that might have been designed by a 60s era Richard Lester, the one that directed the Richard Donner cut version of Superman 2 and Superman 3 that started the trial. But what works for both films, is the Hill and Channing brilliant team as Jenko and Schmidt, the main protagonists of these films. They play dumb the way Jillian Martin played Fernando. Channing in particular has a great gift of portraying the luck-headed goodness. No matter who you are, Jenko is happy to see you. If you're nice to him, he will love you to the end of time. He is the biggest, brainiest puppy in the film history I've seen so far. But there is one absolute in this franchise that no one will dispute with me and anyone else reviewing these films, that the chemistry between Jonah Hill and Jillian Tatum are incredible. as always. Just like the first film, as soon as they are on screen, they immediately start smelling. Just because you feel they need to prepare yourself for something amusing, then when they do go about their shenanigans and enormous twists and turns occur that are fun to watch unfold to the hilarious effect of minor dream. The jokes are fast paced and relentless without being tiresome, which is incredible for a sequel. Well, a comic sequel. More importantly, the comedy is actually clever, even during some of the scenarios that are more stupid due to some absurdity that's going on in the film. The combination of the comedy duo and the talented humor work flawlessly, making the flick uh, all the more entertaining watching. As great as the two leads are with community timing, the supporting cast is awesome, and I don't need to explicitly mention Ice Cube. He's incredible in this film, especially this time around. As wrapping up the film review of 22 Jump Street, 22 Jump Street pulls off an amazing balancing act between the elements of its predecessor, richly adding many new and better plot twists, characters, and jokes. This movie is hilarious and fun and wins us over from the start by making fun of itself as a sequel. But like many of the other outgoing jokes and juices, this just enough to get the maximum laughs from me without it becoming annoying. 22 Jump Street should not only be regarded as one of the rare sequels that is better, already good first film, but as a case study for all comedy sequels on how not to just replicate its predecessors successfully, but truly build on them as well. So in this case, I highly recommend 22 Jump Street. Happy 10th anniversary, 22 Jump Street, one of my favorite all-time comedy sequels of all time. So thank you guys. I'll be coming back soon for another latest Andreas retrospective review slash what was this like? But anyway, ciao. Have a good day.